Hi everyone, Cheryl here from Love and Light Yoga, and thank you for joining me for this 25-minute full body practice. So we're aiming to get a little bit of movement and a little bit of heat and energy running throughout the body within this practice. You don't need anything for this, just yourself and your mat, and whenever you are ready, let's begin. Okay everyone, so let's begin in the center of our mats today in an easy cross-legged position with the spine nice and long. And as we inhale, we'll gently reach the hands up to the sky, bring the palms together, and exhale, hands down through center. And again, we take a nice big inhale, reaching the hands up a little bit higher this time, stretching out the side body. Exhale, hands down. One last time, inhale to reach up, maybe looking in between the fingertips. And then exhale, the hands come down through center. And as the hands come down, just take the right hand onto the floor and reach up and over with the left hand. So finding length through the left hand side of the body here. And we can choose to stay up nice and high on this right hand, or we might start to walk the fingers a little bit further towards the edge of the mat. We might start to bend through the elbow. Just come into whatever variation of this feels good. Taking one more breath here. And then coming all the way back up, planting the left hand and reaching up and over with your right. So just stretching out the right hand side of the body this time, coming as low into that left elbow as we want to. Reaching the top fingertips away for one more breath here. And then coming all the way back up through center, dropping the hands and bringing the hands onto the knees. And then just think about taking some big circles with the upper body here. Maybe inhaling as the chest sweeps forwards, exhaling as we round the spine back. And just trying to warm up the spine here, bringing some nice organic movement into the body. If your spine is feeling a little bit tight or a little bit stiff, we can take this movement super slow. And then at some point we switch directions of our circles and we can take a few in the other way. And then eventually bring yourself all the way back into center. Take a few big rolls through the shoulders. Sit tall through the spine. And then inhale to reach the hands up. As we exhale, we twist towards the right. So the left hand comes onto the right knee. The right hand can either come behind the low back, or we might reach it around towards the left hand side of your waist. Maybe take hold of the opposite thigh. Take one more breath here. And then release yourself all the way back to center, inhaling the hands up, and exhale, twist to the left. Right hand to the left knee. Left hand behind the low back, or reaching and wrapping around onto the opposite thigh. Take one more full breath here. And then release yourself all the way back through center. We're going to bring the hands onto the floor and roll yourself forwards into your tabletop. Coming onto all fours, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. And as we inhale, we find our cow pose. So look forwards, drop the belly, point the tailbone up. Exhale to cat, tuck the chin into the chest, round the spine. Inhale to roll forwards. Exhale to send it back round the spine. Just take a few more like this, just moving in time with your own breath here. Take one more round of breath, and then meet me back in your tabletop with a nice neutral spine. From here, we are going to inhale to lift the left hand up towards the sky, really lengthening out through the top arm, opening up the chest. Stay nice and strong through that grounded hand. Take one more inhale, and then as we exhale, we're going to bring the left hand in underneath, try to touch the right shoulder blade. Inhale to reach up. Exhale to reach and twist. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach and twist. Inhale to reach up. And this time as we exhale, we thread the needle, send the left arm long, release the left shoulder, the left ear towards the mat. Keep those hips nice and high. Taking a few breaths here. Maybe stretching the right leg away, only if that feels good. Keep the toes tucked under on the mat. And then bring the right knee back to the floor, only if it's lifted. Press into the right hand and release back into your tabletop. Plant the left hand and inhale to reach the right hand up. Holding it here, stacking those shoulders. Getting long through the top arm, broad through the chest. Take one more inhale here. As we exhale, reach the right arm under, try to touch the left shoulder blade. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, twist and reach. Inhale, arm up. Exhale, twist and reach. Inhale one more time up. Exhale, thread the needle. Bring the right arm in underneath. Try to drop the right shoulder, the right ear towards the mat. Relaxing through the right shoulder, keeping the hips nice and high. And then we might stay here, or we might stretch the left leg long. Taking a couple of breaths. And then bring the left knee to the floor. If it's lifted, press into the left hand and release all the way back into center. Nice. From here, we're going to step the left foot forward in between the hands, finding your low lunge, and just keeping the hands on the floor for a moment here. If we want to increase this stretch, we might send the back knee a little bit further away. If this feels too intense, bring the right knee a little bit further forwards. But we're just going to take a little bit of a sway from side to side through the hips here, so that we can start to open up the front right hip flexor here, right at the very front of your hip. And then come back to stillness. We inhale to reach the fingertips up, and then we're going to tuck the back toes under and inhale to lift the back knee off the floor, high lunge. Nice, finding your balance here. Finding a slight tuck under of the tailbone. Spine is long, fingertips are reaching up. We take a big inhale here, and then as we exhale, we're going to sweep the arms behind and start to hover the upper body over that front thigh. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, arms come back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, arms come back. One more time, inhale, reach up. Exhale, arms come back, and we're going to stop and hold. Keep that bend through the front knee. Keep strength through the arms. Keep the body hovering off that front thigh. Take one more breath. And then inhale, sweep the hands back up. Bring the hands together in heart center as we step the back foot up to meet the front, standing at the top of our mats. From here we inhale, reach the hands up. Exhale, bend the knees, forward fold. Inhale, find your halfway lift, straighten out the legs. Exhale, plant the hands onto the floor. We're going to step both feet back into our plank and we hold. So if high plank is too much, feel free to drop the knees to the floor. Otherwise, the arms are strong, the spine is long, and we're holding it here for 3 full breaths. Keep the core engaged. And then on your next exhale, slowly lower all the way down to the mat. We're going to untuck the toes, inhale to upward facing dog. As we exhale, plant the knees, send it back for a child's pose. Take a few breaths here in your child's pose, lengthening out the spine, stretching out the upper back. And then when you're ready, lift the hips back up, meet me back in your tabletop. And then this time we're going to step the right foot in between the hands, finding your low lunge. We're going to take a little sway from side to side, just opening up the front of the left hip. And then coming back into center. We're going to inhale to reach the hands all the way up, finding length through the spine. We're going to tuck the back toes under and then inhale, lift the back knee. Keep that bend through the front knee. Inhaling to reach up. As we exhale, we send the body forwards, the arms come back, hovering the body over the front thigh. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands come back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands come back. One more time, inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands come back and we hold. Core is engaged, upper body just hovering above that front thigh. Take one more breath. And then inhale back to your high lunge, reach the hands up. Exhale, hands to heart center as we step the back foot up into standing at the front of our mats. Cool. Inhale, we reach up. Exhale, bend the knees, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift, straighten the legs. Exhale, plant the hands and step or hop back into your plank and hold it here. Can we bring one knee in towards the chest? Send it away. Other knee in towards the chest. Send it away. One knee to opposite elbow. Send it back. Other knee to opposite elbow. Send it back. One more round. Knee to chest. Send it away. Knee to chest. Send it away. Knee to elbow. Send it back. Knee to elbow. Send it back. Take an inhale. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, find your downward facing dog. Pressing into the hands, lifting the hips high. And maybe finding some movement here, so we might start to pedal out through the feet. Stretching the entire back of the body here in our downward facing dog. We might come back into stillness. We might shake the head as if we're saying no. Just releasing tension from the neck. We might nod our head like we're saying yes. And then come back to stillness. Take a nice deep bend through the knees and then step or hop all the way up to the top of your mat. Meet me in a forward fold. So the knees can be bent or straight. The hands can be near the mat or nowhere near the mat. It doesn't matter. Forward fold looks different for everybody. But just think of releasing everything from your hips up. The back is relaxed. The shoulder blades. The arms heavy. The head heavy. And imagine the weight of the head pulling the spine long, decompressing through the spine. If it works for you, we might take hold of opposite elbows and maybe find a little rock from side to side or a little sway. And then eventually come back to center, release the elbows if we're holding on, and slowly roll all the way up, coming all the way into standing. From here, we bring the feet together, and we're going to keep the soles of the feet stuck onto the mat as we find our chair pose. So as we inhale, we're going to sweep the hands up, bend the knees, and sit the bum back and down as if we're sitting into a chair. Keep those soles stuck to the floor. Keep the spine nice and long, and keep breathing here. Nice. As we inhale, we're going to send the arms back, maybe come onto the tippy toes. As we exhale, plant the feet, arms come up. Inhale, tippy toes, arms back. Exhale, plant the feet, arms forwards. Inhale, back. Exhale, arms forwards. Take 3 more just like this. Keeping that bend through the knee, keeping the hips nice and low. And then the next time we're in our chair, we stop and we hold. Can we sit the hips a little bit lower? Take 1 more inhale. Exhale, plant the hands, forward fold. Inhale, find your halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back into your plank. As we exhale, slowly lower. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Take a breather here. Maybe find 1 more little pedal out through the feet. Maybe starting to reach the heels a little bit closer towards the mat this time. And then come back to stillness. Inhale to roll forwards into your plank. Exhale, plant the knees, send the bum back, find a child's pose. We might take the knees as wide as the mat here if we want to. Rest the forehead down, either onto your hands or onto the mat. And just slow the breath, reconnecting to your breath. And then whenever you're ready to release, we come out of our child's pose, lifting the head, walking the hands back towards the knees. And we're going to bring the feet forwards here and meet me with soles of the feet on the floor, knees bent up. And we're going to find our boat pose. So take hold of behind the knees, keep the spine long and the shoulders rolling back, and then tip your upper body back until we feel the core begin to engage. And when we find that point, we're going to lift one leg, maybe lift the other. And it doesn't matter if the toes are an inch off of the mat or maybe they're up in line with your knees. But we're just going to hold, and we can keep holding the backs of the knees for support, or maybe we release the fingertips forwards, but keep that spine long and keep the chest nice and open. Shoulders rolling back. Gazing out over the toes. We're going to take 5 deep breaths here. We got this. And then whenever you are ready, dropping the feet to the floor, keeping the fingertips reaching forward as we slowly lower all the way back, coming slowly onto our backs. When we get here, we bring both knees in towards the chest, maybe find a little rock from side to side, just feeling a gentle release through the low back. And then come back to center. From here, we're going to keep the left knee in towards the chest and we send the right leg long across the mat. We're going to find a spinal twist. So inhale, the knee comes in. Exhale to send that knee towards the right hand side. We might roll onto the right hip. We might open the opposite arm out towards the side of the room just to deepen into this twist. Completely let go of any tension or any holding on that you're doing through your back. Noticing any little pockets of release happening. Maybe in the back or the hips. Maybe we notice some sensation through our tummy. Take one more breath here. And then bring everything back to center. We'll switch the legs. So bring the right knee in, send the left leg long across the mat. Inhale the knee in, exhale to send the knee across towards the left hand side. And we might open the right arm towards the right hand side of the room. Just find a moment of stillness here, somewhere where we can begin to let go through the body. Let that release happen. Taking one more full breath. And then drawing everything back to center, bringing the knees one more time in towards the chest where we give ourselves one little final hug. We might lift the head and the shoulders and tuck yourself into a little ball. And then release everything down onto the floor. Maybe bring the arms alongside the body, maybe stretch the legs long. And we can close the eyes here. And just take a few deep breaths in your own time. Using every inhale to fill you up with joy, with energy, with light. Using every exhale to let go of stress, of tension, of worry. Letting go of anything that we do not need to carry into the rest of today. Feeling the heart rate beginning to slow down as the breath slows. Take a few more deep breaths. And if you wish to move into a Savasana or meditation, or if you just wish to lie here a little while longer, I invite you to pause the video here. If you do wish to continue on with the rest of your day, we might welcome a little bit of movement in through the fingers and the toes. We might begin to slowly think about bringing ourselves all the way up and returning back into a comfortable seated position on your mats. And thank you so much for joining me today for this full body practice. I hope you're feeling good. If you are, please do let me know. And if you like this video, please give it a like. If you would like to see more, then please subscribe. And whatever you are doing, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Namaste.